Well, I failed the noise test, which was kind of a little bit predictable, but I thought, as it's a charity day, I was told that I should maybe sort of just try and get through, but the guy kind of went, listen, I'll turn a blind eye, but 130 at 3,000 RPM is just a little bit too loud. So unfortunately, the upside of that is I'm going to be going around with a Formula 1 car at lunchtime. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So I'm sure there'll be a bit of videoing later of that going around. So and by the way, also apparently the Range Rover, you're going to be going around in front of the Enzo and the F1 car. The owner of the Benetton said the Range Rover's got to be going pretty fast because if his tyres get cold. So let's see how it goes. What sort of horsepower is this? It's obviously a Ford engine, yeah, 8-cylinder?
Yeah, it's a V8, HB, Ford HB. We produce about 620 horsepower with this.
And how many kilos or pounds the car weighing?
The car's 600 kilos.
Okay, so the Enzo's 660 horsepower and about 1,300 kilos. Exactly. So
yeah, so power to weight ratio, this is going to be pretty quick.
A little bit faster.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
I am.
Just going to nab you for a couple of minutes. I've been chatting to your engineer chappies. He's been giving me a little bit of an insight into your ace man. No, it's been really interesting actually, because I kind of follow Formula 1 and know about it, but never sort of, to actually ask someone who looks after a car how it works and stuff like that. So it's been an insight. So obviously another insight, because you're going to be sitting in that car about an hour's time, going round Brands Hatch. So can you give us a little bit of an insight as to what you're kind of expecting? You've been out a lot in the wet before. Is it, what sorts going to be going on?
Right. Well, I've driven it in the wet, in the pouring rain on full wet tyres, and that was good. It was a fast flowing circuit, Donington, a little bit twitchy. Had a couple of spins. Ended up in the mud, but it was good fun. We're on inters at the moment, so the track is quite slippery. It looks
like it's drying out a little bit, yeah. But you think
you slippery, isn't it?
Yeah, you think you'll be getting a lot of power down, because we were sort of comparing it to the Enzo, and you've got a kind of similar amount of power and half the amount of weight.
Well, yeah.
It's just it's a different animal.
Tyres than yours. But I mean, the F40 was spinning up in this. It's still quite slippery out there. But we'll give it a go and gently and see where we go. Lots of
understeer, I would say, on the road cars. Is it a kind of, you're going to get a similar lot of understeer in this, or is it more oversteer?
Well, there's going to be understeer with the wet, isn't it?
Because it's wet.
Going to want to push on a bit, but maybe in slow, push it out a little bit more. See where we go from that.
Okay.
So just a case of trying it.
You're looking forward to going out with the Enzo on the track? A bit of a special occasion there.
I wonder who's driving that.
I'm interested to see, because they've got a decibel meter reading further around the track, so I'm interested to see how much louder yours is.
I've not got a clue what it is. I hope it's louder.
It's definitely going to be deafening. Well, looking forward to it, and I'll see you on track in about an hour.
Was it yours?
Yes.
Our noise test man, Bobby's ears are still ringing.
He did say he'd be as sympathetic as he could, but it was 130 at 3,000 RPM, so he was like, nah.
I did ask him about it, he just laughed and said his meter was broken.
Yeah.
Tell him what you did to it and why you did it.
Why I decatted the car?
And why you put it on?
I decatted the car. There's an event at Wilton House called a Rev Off, and I came about, I think, 4th or 5th the first time. So the second year, or actually the 3rd year round, I kind of decided to decat the car. I did win, but obviously my hearing has kind of suffered since. So I never expected to get on the track, but they did say as it was a charity day, I should I should wander along.
Good
so
stuff. Yeah, so you might drown out the noise of the Benetton later then.
well, I'd be interested to see actually how loud that is. I'll be interested. I mean, it's not often you get the opportunity to run with an F1 car around a track, so it should be quite unique.
Yeah.
So I assume the council are giving you a special dispensation at lunchtime.
Yes.
And is there any noise limit, or do they basically say for that half an hour you can be as loud as you like?
That half hour, we effectively don't have a limit.
Okay.
So they've been very kind in doing that.
And is that only now and again, or is that something you can kind of have on a weekly basis, or is it really a real special occasion?
It's a special occasion, to be honest. We now have a council noise meter at the circuit that's linked directly to their office. So when you go by later, there can be people looking at just how noisy your car is whilst they're sitting in Sevenoaks and probably hearing it in Sevenoaks.
Well, wonderful. I'd be interested to get a decibel meter reading once we've been round a couple of times, just for the sake of, for education purposes
Yeah,
only.
absolutely.
Well, lovely speaking to you.
You too.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.